Welcome, I'm glad you are watching this video on the exciting and complex world of sport marketing. Today, we will dive into the emergence of sport marketing, why sport marketing is such a dynamic field, and how it has evolved from ancient times to the modern era. We are not going to get started without first going over the definitions of the terms we are touching on today, so gather around. Sport marketing is the application of marketing principles to sport products and to the marketing of non-sport products to sport. Marketing myopia is when an organization defines their business in terms of the goods and services that they sell rather than the benefits that are sought by their consumers. Marketing-oriented organizations concentrate on understanding and meeting consumer needs while at the same time meeting the organizational objectives. Unorganized sports are thus not sanctioned by an external authority such as pickup basketball or street roller hockey, and in Mexico we have street soccer. Organized sporting events are controlled by an authority like a league, association, or other sanctioning body. Amateur sporting events are competitions for athletes who do not receive compensation for playing the sport. Professional sports are classified as minor or major leagues. Sponsors exchange money or products for an association with a sporting event or a sporting complex. Goods are tangible, that means you can touch them. Physical products manufactured, distributed, and marketed within the sport industry. Services are intangible, that means you cannot touch them. Non-physical products. Licensing is when a sport marketer contracts with another company to use a brand, a logo, a name, a symbol, or characters. Sports information products provide consumers with news, statistics, schedules, and sports stories. The sport marketing mix is a coordinated set of elements used by sport organizations to meet their marketing objectives and satisfy consumers' needs. The strategic sport marketing process includes planning, implementing, and controlling marketing efforts in order to meet organizational goals and satisfy consumers' needs. Marketing is an activity, institutionalized processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offers of value that interest parties. Now, sports marketing isn't like any other type of marketing. It's complex and ever-changing because the sport product itself is diverse and dynamic. Now, to succeed in the field, one must understand the sport industry and apply marketing principles effectively. So let's take a journey through the history and strategies of sport marketing to see how it has grown and it has adapted over the years. Even as early as ancient Olympic Games, business owners recognized the potential for sales when they associated themselves or affiliated themselves with athletes and sports. Now, fast forward to modern times, for example, in North America, really anywhere in the world. Let's take this particular example where a 2-mile rowing contest took place between Harvard and Yale, and it boosted rail traffic and hotel occupancy and even revenue for the host city. I mean, how exciting. The first ever hosted event for a city in North America. And then baseball card memorabilia, which it came in cigarette packs. And so it started as a tobacco marketing strategy. How scandalous. And that's another great example, though. I mean, it later transitioned to gum and candy, right? Then there is the introduction of radio and television, which advanced both sport popularity and marketing strategies, reaching mass audiences. Then companies like Nike, Adidas, Puma, they fiercely competed for endorsements and athlete sponsorships. By the 70s, the first stadium endorsement occurred when Rich Products paid $37.5 million for the naming rights to Rich Stadium in Buffalo. And then there were athlete endorsements, which became a huge part of sport marketing. Then Title IX changed the scene, expanding the access to women to sport, and then they came ESPN, transforming sports broadcasting. By the 1990s, mega $1 million sponsorships were just a common thing, and interactive marketing became crucial with the advent of second screen platforms. I can't remember the day when all we had was radio or television or both simultaneously, but there were no 2 or 3 platforms going on at once, 2 or 3 screens going on at once with the tablet and the phone and the TV going at the same time. So sports offer a unique entertainment experience. Unlike movies or concerts or soaps or whatever it is that entertains you, sports are spontaneous and they're unscripted. And the excitement of a close game or the joy of a win are incomparable, making the competition for spectators' disposable income fierce. Sport marketers need to understand what really attracts the consumers, define their needs, and really relate to the needs for that global environment and reach for that, focusing on the consumer needs to help avoid that marketing myopia, which we were defining earlier, which I'm going to define again. This is when businesses focus on selling goods or services rather than focusing on what benefits are sought by consumers. So marketing-oriented organizations excel by understanding and meeting consumer needs, while at the same time achieving their goals. They're not leaving their goals aside, they're meeting both. So these organizations are going to generate intelligence by analyzing and anticipating consumer demand, monitoring the external environment, sharing their collected data. They respond by making informed product and service design decisions and developing appealing promotions. So the sport industry is booming. We're going to measure this by attendance, media presence, and employment in global markets. So from youth sport all the way to major leagues, attendance has increased, even boomed, even in the presence of screen-based viewing. Jobs in sport nowadays include sales, marketing, administration, media, event management, athlete services, sports promotion, legal services, manufacturing, and distribution. I can keep going. Every organization uses sport marketing to achieve its goals. Now, for our purposes, we're going to simplify the sport industry to 3 elements: consumers, products, and suppliers. Consumers are going to be the people that we're going to call the lifeblood of the sports industry. And they can be classified as spectators, participants, or sponsors. Spectators are those who watch the events either live or by media. And I mean, if we think about the growth of the media, it has shifted the marketing emphasis from just attendance to also accommodating the viewing audience. Whichever medium they are using to view the viewing audience is very, very important nowadays. And there's participants who are engaging in activities, either walking or organized sports. They have driven the demand for specialized marketing expertise because there's so many of them. Then there's sponsors who are going to exchange money or physical products or services for an association with sports. This is helping them, the sponsors, achieve corporate, marketing, media, and even personal objectives. And now let's talk about sport products. It can be a good, a service, or a combination of the two, designed to provide benefits to spectators, participants, or sponsors. And sporting events are the core of the sport product. There is athletes and stadiums and personal trainings. These are the personal trainings are services, right? And these are also key products. And modern stadiums offer a full entertainment experience with restaurants and Wi-Fi and applications and customizable features for your scenes. And then there's sporting goods, including equipment and apparel and shoes, licensed merchandise, memorabilia, licensing. All of these are going to have a rich history in sport marketing, and understanding where a product falls on the sports product map is crucial for sport marketing, because it helps you position your product and it informs how your product is perceived in the mind of the consumer. Now, teams and sanctioning bodies like the NFL, NASCAR, NCAA are producers. They make sport. They play essential roles. And then there's sponsors and the media who create something called the event triangle, because they're working together to maximize sports exposure and also to generate revenue. Then there is agents. Agents handle negotiations, player value assessment, endorsement deals. They ensure that athletes' careers are financially secure. And all of these people help promote the sport product, right? But as marketers, the most basic skill is the marketing mix, which is product, price, promotion, and distribution or placement. When coordinated, these marketing mix creates the marketing program, and they design strategies to marketers for products and services to manage these distributions, set the pricing strategies, develop new promotions, and these efforts are going to culminate in what we call the exchange process, which is where consumers give you something of value, usually money, in exchange for your goods or services. And to navigate the complexity and the uniqueness of sport marketing, professionals use the strategic sports marketing process, which involves anticipating consumer demand, understanding purchase motivations, and knowing how consumers perceive and learn about products. To which end, we use market research and environmental monitoring. In summary, sport marketers anticipate demand by conducting research and monitoring the environment. They segment and target specific consumer groups, position products to appeal to these groups, and develop strategies for promotion, pricing, and distribution. The evolution of sport marketing from ancient times to the digital age shows its dynamic nature and the importance of adapting to consumer needs and to technological advances. I am so glad you watched this video today, and I can't wait to see you in class.